The Sit Down is an always press record production. You ever wonder why people are the way that they are? You ever wonder why people think the way that they think? Well, here's the answer to your questions. This is The Sit Down.
Quick. I ain't check that.
Everybody wants the Elvis mic. I don't understand why.
Live. But all right, man. Welcome to the Sit Down. We have my boy Vic and Epiphany, VP Fitness, and we're going to sit here and talk about their brand and what they have going on, and a lot of the fitness questions that we might have. So welcome, guys, and let's let everybody know what y'all got going.
Thank you for having me. Well, as far as we're doing a 21-day challenge right now with she can speak more about it than I can with you because I'm just a support system.
The 21-day challenge is everybody has those excuses about the holidays. Like everybody waits until the new year to get started. You may work out 1 or 2 weeks in January. You might make it all the through January and then you're done for. So the point is to get off the excuses of like, well, I'm gonna eat good for Thanksgiving, then I'll get on it. But then you're like, wait, Christmas is in like 2 weeks, so I'm gonna eat good for Christmas and then I'll get on it. So it's really just trying to get people to jumpstart into the working out before the holidays even come. That way it's not really, that excuse is eliminated if you've already gotten into it. So we started the 21-day holiday challenge. So we started at the beginning of November, literally 21 days until Thanksgiving. So if you're giving a workout every day for 21 days straight, and then you can actually enjoy Thanksgiving without feeling guilty, without saying, let me wait until after the holidays to get into the workout. You've already started. So enjoy that day, and then the next day, let's hop right back into it is the goal.
Okay. What can they find out this information? Like, what they can see?
So you can see it on VP_Fitness_goals on Instagram, or you can add either Vic Darks or Epiphany Pardue on Facebook and follow the VP Fitness page. Yeah, and there's posts every day. There's been posts every day since November 1st.
So what's your plans for after?
So the plans for after is to start another challenge going into Christmas. So you do the 21 days this month. You get your little break if you're taking it, but the goal, I said, is to hopefully start some consistency with you. And then we're going to jump into another challenge right before Christmas. And then hopefully that's all of us together to go into the new year already with our mindset and our plans started already.
So, I guess what are your plans after, like, besides these challenges? Like, are you trying to do maybe like a live setup or wherever? Or
So we have a website launching right after Thanksgiving. It gives you more information on the personal training, as well as like some group fitness classes we have, some stuff that we're starting with the kids, and meal preps that we do, or even just diet plans, just things for you to see, just more insight on everything that we're not necessarily able to just hit every day right away on the social media. So we have the website launching, and then after the Christmas challenge, we'll have an app launching. So that will be for all of my people who are distance away and want to train with us, but they're not close. So if you live an hour away but you want to train with me, I'll have an app ready for you with the workouts. So the challenges are basically just insight on what you can actually receive through the website and through the app if you join in with us.
You mentioned like the meal plans, and I know I see your advertisements for your meals that you do. Let's talk a little bit more about that and like the importance of nutrition in fitness.
So you can work out every day. And if you're working out but you're not eating right, you're still not going to get those goals that you want. Drinking alcohol every day or consistently, it just takes away from everything that you worked out on. So really your diet is more so like 70% of the results that you're looking for. And then the rest is the working out. So the meals, we have meals not just for weight loss, but that is the main goal. That's usually what everyone wants. So we have the standard meal preps that are for weight loss. And then we have a special one called keto that everybody's been on and trying. You pretty much see results within the first week with the keto diet. But we do support those that are trying to do weight gain. Like maybe you have some people that are just trying to bulk up. We do that. You just have to request it. But yeah, it's just good for everybody to know that you can eat good, like it tastes good, but it be good for you as well. Everyone thinks just broccoli, no taste when they think diet.
Right.
We're not doing broccoli pops. Like we have good food. It tastes good and it's good for you. Everything doesn't have to be fried. Everything doesn't have to be carbs. So, and it's made for you. No excuses once again. So you pay a little bit of change and the food's already made for you. All you have to do is pop it in the microwave. It's your lunch and your dinner for 5 days. Okay. So Monday through Friday. Yeah.
And this is something that you do.
This is
all right. So how do they get to that?
How did it get to that? Or
no, how do customers how do they order?
Yeah. So again, just contacting me on Instagram, okay. Facebook, yeah.
Okay. All right. So one question I know I had is as a trainer, as a fitness coach, I know a lot of times and this is just feedback and me dealing with other trainers that I know. Mm-hmm. A lot of times it's difficult to keep up personally as well as train other people, Mm-hmm. And so I guess how do y'all make sure, y'all keep up with your personal fitness goals when you have a heavy schedule, when you gotta, make meal preps for everybody, right, and you gotta update this, and you gotta do this differently. So how do y'all make sure that y'all have the time to, keep y'all?
I wake up at like 6 o'clock every day. If I don't have to be to work or something, I go in the morning. I go get it in early in the morning, then I don't have to worry about it later on in the day. But she specializes in the high intensity, so she could do something at the house in the living room. So
in the house, I think it's just, to be honest, we're competitive. So if he gaining a little weight and then he see like my 6-pack popping, it's like, oh, you got me messed up. I'm on it. Or vice versa. Like, hey, he's been to the gym 6 days this week and I've only been 2 days. Oh, okay, let me show him where the P and VP fitness comes from.
She actually called me fat one time without calling me fat, and I really was offended. So now it's like, man, nah, all right. She don't come. She come home, she laying down. I'm gonna go to the gym. Well, I didn't work out today. It's not like a personal problem to me.
No, but it is a lifestyle thing. Yeah. We got the kids included. Saturday mornings, we got to get back to it because we have gotten very busy. But I do speed and agility training, so we get in a workout while we out there training the kids for whatever sports it is that they're gonna play. So it's just really it's a get it in where it fit in type thing.
How is your kids' class? Like,
how is it?
Yeah, that's far because I'm a teacher.
Okay.
And so a lot of coworkers, colleagues, we always say that it's not that different, kids and adults. I mean, once you learn somebody's mindset, mind frame, it really stick with you your whole life. I think it's easier
with the kids.
So yeah, talk about the difference.
I would much rather work with kids because, I mean, for me personally, if somebody have a lot of questions, certain questions, I send them to her because I don't really like all the questions. So I just direct you to her. Hey, your girl do this, you do that. Like kids, if they like you or if you make it interesting, they listen. Adults have a lot of opinions. So you could tell them, this is how you should do it, and they're, well, somebody over here told me how to do it. Okay, well, you can go back over there with them. So that's why I direct everybody to her. I'm going to tell you that. So it's like, well.
So for the most part, the kids are a blank slate.
So kids easy to work with. Like, our kids listen. Like, I'm not just saying that because they're my kids. If you tell them how to do something, they'll end up doing it. Like, one of our sons, he'll take off running. He'll be running like a mile by himself. He just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, adults don't do that. They don't take initiative. They get stuck in their ways, the egos and everything. So they don't always want to listen to your advice because technology is in everybody's hand. You can Google it well, you said this, but they said do it like this. So a kid's not gonna too much ask you. They're easy to get to.
Right. And it's fun. I mean, they running around anyway, so let's run around and make this a workout. Like, for the most, we try to make the workouts creative. Period. Whether it be adults or children. But like I said, with the kids, it is way easier. They're not coming into it like, oh, I'm about to work out. Like, oh, I weigh so much already. Like, they're not thinking any of that. And they're all on different levels, so we can't even just act like it's, oh, okay, they all do the same thing. Because we'll have nieces, nephews come out who aren't as athletic, or the girls can have their moments where they want to be so girly that they don't want dirt on them. You know what I mean? So, it's just, I mean, they're pretty rough for the most part, but yeah, it's just making everything work for each one. Like, one of them is a distance runner, and the other one is a straight sprinter. Like, we make them compete. So, like, okay, we run, we race. We get out there, like, whatever we're going to expect them to do, we do. Barely, but yeah.
I think there's a video somewhere on Facebook of that.
And you can't. I don't even think
I was 20 pounds heavier.
You can't even see the win. Like, you can't even.
We gotta find that footage.
We can get a rematch.
We gotta find that footage.
We can get a rematch.
All right, next episode we gotta have them race live outside. You know what I'm saying?
Get the rematch.
But no, you had spoke on something that we actually had talked about the other day, and I was asking them, like, as a business owner, as somebody who has their own craft, and you get like that type of criticism all the time. It's like, if you paid me, you came to me for the help, and now you trying to do this and this and that, and I can see that affecting some results in your health, right? So it's like, I'm gonna ask you, what am I supposed to do? You're gonna let me know what I do. I don't really like it too much, but 2 weeks later I'm gonna come back and say, man, this scale ain't changed.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? So talk about like how I guess how difficult it is when you're dealing with like that stubborn mindset.
It can just be difficult. At the end of the day, I tell everybody, like, hey, the goal is for me to be able to show you what you need to do so that you can eventually not even need me. Like, just being for real. So you can move on to the next. Because, I mean, yeah, we getting paid for it, but I think we actually enjoy it. And we want other people to live better. Like, we can make the fat jokes all day, but, I mean, it's not cool if you can't run outside and play catch with your kid. Like, or if, you're just eating crazy. And that's the reason, like, think of all the reasons to die. Like, you want it to be because you have clogged arteries. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there is a message behind all of it. It's not just about us getting paid. But at the end of the day, a person's going to do what they want to do. I've had couples come in and one stick to the plan and the other one doesn't. So then you see this one with results and this one living a better lifestyle and this one just not showing up to sessions on the couch eating donuts and burgers or whatever it is you eating. Like, so at the end of the day, it is on that person. Because I'm just like, well, hey, I got paid. So whether you're going to listen or not, I still got your money. So if you want these results, like...
It's a business too.
Yeah. But, I mean, because we can't want it more than you. And that's with anything. Right. So it's just like anything else. I can't want to see the results more than you.
Do you see a connection with, like, physical fitness and mental health?
Definitely. And then even, I'll just even speak for myself personally for those times that I do let go and I'm not working out as much. I'll just say I'm a little more emotionally unstable during those times.
That's most times anyway.
I said more with, we're talking about working out. But for real, with anybody, you can take kids, you have anger issues, you can take that aggression out doing something, running, boxing, jump roping, whatever, push-ups. There's been times I've been mad at him. I'm pretty sure I want to go, throw some stuff out, but I'm going to go throw some weights in the gym. I'm not really worried about it anymore when I come home. But for real, it helps a lot. It helps a lot. Putting anxiety in other places, anger in other places, sadness in other places, motivating yourself to get up and do something when you don't feel like it. I think that helps with depression. So if it's something that you can work into your schedule, I definitely think that it helps with mental health as well.
So do you think a lot of the mental issues in like the Black community have a lot to do with health, fitness?
It could be. A lot of people eat when they're sad. They eat when they're mad. They don't eat when they're sad. I think it definitely could. Like, or you don't want to engage in any activity when you're depressed, any activity at all. You want to sleep instead of doing anything. Yeah, definitely. If we rather just be angry and cuss and fuss and fight, be loud, act like we have no, home training, versus taking that aggression and putting it into like a different physical activity. I mean, that's an option. It's an outlet. It's an outlet for a different way to express yourself, or a different way to manage those emotions or those thoughts that you're having. So,
what about those who, have the financial excuses and things like that? Like, because I mean, I do know that, especially once you get to a certain level, it can start costing. Like, especially you got to keep up with nutrition, then you gotta, sometimes you add in supplements, or so. Like, what are some things that you can share with people that may be struggling financially right now, so they can't
One thing about us is that VP Fitness definitely has the going rates compared to what you'll see anywhere else right now. Just to throw meal preps out there alone at this time are only $60 a week. That's 10 meals for $60. So if you want to go spend, I know at Chick-fil-A, I spend $8-9 on a meal. So would I eat Chick-fil-A every day and spend $100 in a week when I could have had 10 meals, my lunch and my dinner, for $60 for 5 days?
But even without that, it's not as expensive as people think to eat healthy. It's really not, because if you cook a pack of chicken breasts, you can chop that up into several different ways and have you a lot of different meals anyway.
It's what you want. Yeah, it's going to be what you want. And even the personal training, I mean, we have set rates, but we're willing to work with people that we know really want it and really want to work for it. So, again, that's on you and who it is you're looking to work with. But like any other expense, it can get expensive. But how bad do you want it?
Okay. So how did y'all get into it? Like, I mean, is a history of sports, fitness throughout your life?
Yeah, she ran track. I played basketball for a little while, but I just don't want to be fat. I'm not gonna even lie to you, because I look back at, I think the heaviest I've been was 215. I'm not that tall to be that big, so, and I don't know. I look back at old pictures and I'm like, man, I don't never want to look like that again. So for me, yeah, that's what it was. But when we got together, that's what she was doing. So naturally, I just fall into place with what she's doing. So what I was doing kind of matched with what she was doing. So we just team up on that. But my personal was reasonable. Like, I got fat, so, and I didn't want to stay fat. Like she say, you want to go outside and play with your kids. My son like racing all the time, so I can't be out here playing basketball, football, racing with him, and I'm out of breath. He 9, my daughter 6, and our other one's falling between. She's 7 and he 8. Mm-hmm. So you got that many kids, you can't really just be fat.
Well, like, every time I'm in the weight room, I'm sitting there thinking, I just want to be able to still whoop my boy. But like,
yeah, exactly.
I just don't ever want to be that day where I have to face him,
and that's the one thing I think about, because my son can catch on to a lot of stuff. So if I put him on the mitts, he eventually gonna get real good at fighting too. So I'm gonna make sure I'm still pushing 275, 300, get you up off of me in case you hit me too many times. So, like, still got my daddy's strength. So, but ultimately it's for, I don't really want to be fat. So, and I like being active. So it helped me with that, and it helped with my moods too, because you might go into, like y'all was discussing, depression or certain stuff. If you, after you work out, it's scientific too. So it's like after you work out, it boosts your endorphins and it changes your mood. So you can be in a bad mood, go work out, do all that, and then it boosts your confidence level. So when you start looking and you start seeing your results, it make you want to be more social and want to be out and do certain things and dress differently than you can if you are on the bigger side because a lot of clothes don't run in certain sizes, and people, you know what I'm saying, they get offended when you say it that's not for you. But in reality, if you want to dress certain ways, you have to lose weight. Like, it's mandatory.
So is it more for you for look or the health?
Both. Because I like dressing. That's what I'm saying. That's why I brought it up. It's some stuff I used to look at.
Nah,
like,
but I mean, whatever your motivation,
like my stomach won't fit in that the right way I want it to fit.
Gosh.
So I mean, I want to look like the man on the catalog. I don't want to get in it and you ever seen those memes where it's like this what I ordered, but this what they
reality, right?
See?
I deal with this.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't like that. Like I was watching the Gucci Mane interview, and he said that was one of his driving forces because he liked clothes, but he was too big to wear them. So it's like you have all that money, but you got what 3X tall tee all the time, or some jeans that's all the way over your shoes. You can't even. Nah, man, that ain't the way to go. so I'm just. It's for fashion purposes also.
Oh my God.
What got you into it, or was it always like this your whole life?
I was an athlete, so like when I got pregnant with my first child, I was actually running track. So after having the baby, I wasn't even totally in mom mode yet. I was in like, oh no, we got to get back. Like, this is not, like, I don't, what is that? So I got right back in the gym, and then it just started turning into more so like I'm going to say a health thing all around, because that was a big difference. I had to stop running, I had to be a mom. I was kind of sad. I had a lot of stuff going on in that time in my life, but the working out was the one thing I feel like I didn't have to let go of, like didn't have to change about me. So just sit on it, like, how are we going to do this? How are we going to include this into the everyday thing? And then eventually it turned into like, I'm like, I could make working out a job. Oh, okay. Like, so yeah, I went from there.
So how did you, when you new mom, and how did you was able to fit that in with the responsibility?
I got obsessed with like looking up the like mommy and me type workouts. So whether we were just running or walking in the stroller, that's what we would do in that time. Then I had this little thing where I would kind of like hold them on my feet and play with them in the air. Start turning that into an ab workout. And I start using my kids. I have like pictures and videos. They're on my back while I do push-ups, or they're on my legs while I do sit-ups, or lifting them in the air with my feet, lifting them in the air with my arms. Like, so it turned into like where I was showing them too. And I don't want to be vain, but I mean, babies are all cute when they're chunky and they're a baby. But when they're the kid that's being made fun at school because you feeding them Twinkies and honey buns all day, but you don't ever make them play outside, it's not, that's not their fault. Like, for real, we have obese kids right now, and it's not their fault at all. But it's because the parents aren't paying attention to what their diet is like, what their activity levels are like, and before you know it, that can turn into a problem. So, again, not to be vain, but I was like, I'm not going to have those kids that they're always it when you play tag because they can't catch them.
They both savage. Like, she just kind of sweetly slides hers, and
that's how she told me I was getting fat one time. We had been on a little binge of eating out.
We had just got together. You know how you're happy at the beginning of the race? I mean, we're still happy. I'm just saying.
Hold on now.
I'm just saying, like, you're so excited. It's new. That's what I meant to say. You know how it's new. So we were like, he was spending his money. We was going to eat every day.
Man, so she texted me that. She was like, babe, you kind of what? So you kind of bigger now. Stomach was kind of flat first, and I
don't remember.
I was like, okay, you weren't saying that when we was going out to eat all the time, though.
That's exactly what you said too.
You remember his response? What he was responding to? You remember what he said?
But it was right though. It was me. I mean, like, they just go back to what you really want. Like, I was offended though, so it's like, man, it kind of hurt. So you trying to call me fat? So I ain't like that.
No, but seriously, it's more, and it's not even a size thing. Not trying to just like jump off track, but one of the biggest things I struggle with is like women will tell me they don't want to train with me because they don't want to be my size. First off, like we all have different body builds. So your family who is much more curvier than mine, like in genetics, you'll never be my size if we'll be for real. Like it's meant for you to have more curves than me. I'm not telling women that they need to be 100 pounds to be fit. No, that's not what I'm saying. But you can tone. Like it's not, you don't have to wear the crop tops with your stomach hanging over your jeans. You don't have to wear the high jeans, like the high-waisted jeans. Right now, high-waisted jeans are cute, but women wear those because they're tucking something in there. Like, I want to be able to help you wear whatever jeans you want to wear. Like, that's the point. I'm not saying that you have to be my size. And that actually bothers me because being healthy does not mean skinny. It doesn't mean slim. I know we're talking about, like, obesity is you weighing too much, where you have pain on your knees, like, where you can't breathe. That's not healthy. It's unhealthy for you to not be able to walk to your mailbox and come back and you're breathing heavy. Like, that's not healthy. So that's what I mean. Like, when I'm talking about obese kids, like, for real, kids that really can't go play. And that's sad to me. A kid doesn't run around and play. Like, you're instantly tired. Nobody wants to play with you. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the parents' fault. That's not even the kid's fault. Like, stuff like that bothers me. Or little girls don't get to wear little girl clothes because they're too big, so they're already wearing the junior clothes. Like, you know, they want to wear Peppa Pig shirts too. Like, it's serious. It really is.
So would you say like implementing like a health and fitness in like a family helps with
Definitely
the household?
If your kids don't see you eating your vegetables, why do you think they want to eat theirs? Mm-hmm. Or if we didn't go out there and run with them, they might be like, why are they making us do all this running? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see, what you see is what you think is the norm. Yeah. That's like with anything else in life. If your parents hollering and screaming in the household all the time, you grow up to think that's how you communicate. You holler and you scream. If you're raised with parents that work out on a regular, eat right on a regular, you're like, oh, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. It's definitely a family thing. And I mean, that's what my mom had us on the track and I thought we were playing. I didn't know I was even good at it. You know, that's how long I had been running around. Like, she had us out there working out because she was working out. So it's what it can stick to you. And it's a positive thing. Like, if you showing your kids this is how you're supposed to eat, they're not going to know that it's bad. Your kid not going to say no to vegetables if, like, that's what you've been raised to eat, period. You're like, oh, I just got to eat this. Well, and that's one complaint we don't have about any of those 4 kids. All 4. What are the odds? All 4 of them eat their vegetables. Like, it's because it's normal.
They said, what are the odds, right? But yeah, that's what I actually want to know. Like, you know, does health and fitness, like that being a priority or a big focus, how does that play in like the household, like as far as how things function? You know, do we see things working better? You know, as far as, you know, it's just a household working together. Like when it can come down to like, you know, behavior with the kids. It can come. I
use it as discipline.
It's discipline as well. Yeah.
So
wall sits.
And they all sit there and see you crying. So
they might want to whoop it.
You're gonna have the strongest core ever in the elementary school dealing with me, because I don't do no yelling. I'm not finna talk to you more than one time. So after I tell you what I'm finna tell you, she might give you a couple chances, but after I get tired of listening to her chances, guess where y'all going? You gonna sit on the wall or you gonna do some push-ups, or you gonna do something like that. So you can also implement behavioral structure doing that.
And for me, it's more so not to. I'm not big on. I mean, if you need it, you get it. The whoopings, but it's an alternative to that. So you don't have to touch them at all. You know.
Yeah, I mean, so like I said, I'm a teacher in a behavior class like that. So imagine what I get every day that I can't touch.
Right.
You know, like, think about it, right? Y'all can do what you got to do with yours. Yeah. But when you send them to me, I'm like,
I already know.
Actually, that's one thing though. I can't say I never had any behavior issues out of any of them. Like when I was that age, exactly, because when I was that age, I was getting towed off the frame because my mom was at the school more than she was at work sometimes. So
I mean, I know what
really
you mean
glad.
though with the behavior. I'm actually in behavior therapy.
Okay.
So yeah, that's an alternative for some of the kids. When reinforcement, they think they're having fun, they're just getting a break. Go hop on the treadmill for 5 minutes. Like they're burning some of their energy. You're gonna focus when they come back. Like we just use. I mean, you can use it anywhere, but yeah, it helps. It helps in the house as far as like if they know, okay, I can't have this. We don't just say they can't eat anything. Like we're not saying they don't ever eat candy, cookies, or anything like that. But that's not what you're eating all day. They know that they have to drink water. A lot of kids don't. A lot of grown-ups don't drink water. Yeah. How do you think it got like that? Because they ain't have to drink water when they're younger.
Oh, they got tired of drinking out the side of the house.
What?
So they had no choice.
So, yeah,
bro.
they had no choice.
Yeah.
Wasn't no
But yeah.
bottles of water.
Right.
Oh my gosh, don't go so deep into it. But yeah, just it's a normal thing. You know, they know they have to drink water. They know if they do want something sweet at first, how have you been eating all day today?
Yeah.
Like, we gotta know. So they know that there's balance already. Without us actually sitting there saying, oh, you need to have balance. They're like, okay, maybe, you know.
So, what other ventures do you guys have, and how does, that priority on fitness and nutrition and health affect your other ventures that you got going on?
Energy. Got the SYBAU stuff, so that's constant orders and running around that he's doing, or ideas. I mean, it just helps with us having the energy to do what we need to do, setting order with everything, balance with everything. I mean, we got a lot going on, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know you got a lot of music.
Yeah.
And so I know personally, being in the studio and managing a couple, like, that's not easy. Standing in the studio, spitting for hours, and going the same song over and over. I'm pretty sure, like, your breath, your lungs and stuff. So
it depends. Really, to be honest with you, what a lot of people do is punch in. So if you can run it, it's easy to record a lot. But what I like to do is already have it memorized before I even go. So if I book for 2 hours, 3 hours, I can go in there and I'm done in like 20 minutes because I know how I want it layered, how I want to have it put out and everything else, and then just use the rest of the time to get it mixed down. But it does affect your breath though, depending on how you work, how you wording it, or what you singing or what you saying. So that does affect it a lot. So I try to. It helps with recording.
And you said you're doing behavior therapy.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about that.
Working with autistic kids or behavior kids. I had already been working. I'm recently moving from the high school level, and that was like a battle all in itself because I don't know. I guess when you think behavior, you think maybe like kids kicking and screaming type stuff all the time, and it's not always necessarily that. A lot of kids are like emotionally disturbed and things like that. So I'm really in it to build the relationships, to kind of like find the root of the problem with most of the kids, and just, I don't know. It's like a personal thing for me. It's not just a job. I don't know why I've taken like such an interest in it, but yeah. Just
so you're at schools or?
Yeah, well now I'm home based. I was at school, now I'm home based.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is true though. Even with my students, it's like, they ask like, sometimes that make it look easy, and so a lot of times it's just a big, black guy. That's why they're listening.
Yeah.
They don't see like the time you gotta spend
with
each
them.
and every single one of them. I mean, I can tell you
Earning
about,
trust, yeah.
all kinds of cartoons just sitting there, just going back and forth and learning with each and every single, each one of them that thing. Because if you don't, truly understand them, they're not going to give you the time of day to even listen to you. So, and like you said, a lot of the issues, the reason that they got to you may not be what's really wrong with them.
Right.
And so they're never going to change if you don't really find out what's wrong with them. And you got to be able to build that relationship. So do you use health and fitness a lot when you are, giving therapy or intervention with students or kids?
Yeah, sometimes it's just to kind of like redirect, maybe like take their mind off of what's actually in front of them and then try to come back and revisit it. I mean, we use a method tonight called front back go. So I just gave him like 30 seconds of front back go, made it a game, but he was working out. Front, he had to give me push-ups. I say back, he roll over on his back and start doing sit-ups. And when I say go, he had to hop up and do jumping jacks. Like, and then right before that, he was telling me he hated me. But I mean, after he was laughing, like, you know how to do this? How'd you learn to do this? Like, but yeah, he wasn't even thinking about why he hated me anymore. So, yeah, I use it a lot, actually.
Do you see, like, different moods? Because I know y'all said, like, when you fall off or when you don't, like, you get different moods or whatever. Like, do you see that in your kids? Like, you can tell, like, you probably ain't been running around a lot or you ain't been working or something. Like, can you tell a difference in how they are?
Yeah. Sometimes it's like they're not feeling well. That's one thing. Caleb is really active. That's the oldest. Flipping, running everywhere. Like, he's almost like a cartoon character with his speed. The way he runs. That's somebody who's pretty much always on the go, moving around. I've even seen him mad a few times. Maybe one of the girls got on his nerves. He'll go jump on his bike real quick, come back and be good. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think he knows what he's doing. But, like, as long as he's moving around, it seems like he's, like, pretty good. Like, he's in a good mood, you know?
What about the girls?
The girls, they're all pretty hyperactive. The girls are probably the most hyperactive, though, as far as, like, I'm gonna say, like, order is what they need.
Yeah, the girls wild.
Yeah.
Boys chill a lot of times.
Well, I mean, I would think so because, like, I guess the, stereotype as far as, boys and girls, like, boys supposed to be active, boys this and this, and, not for
They're
girls.
all active, but the girls are, like he said, I can't find a nice way to put it, they're the wild ones. So, like,
Loud.
they're less structured than the boys are. Like, I don't know why, but I think it's because they're the babies.
Okay.
The girls are the youngest. And I mean, we're a blended family. So Caleb and Kennedy is the baby. And then from me, Christian and Alani is the baby. And then we bring them all together. So we have Kennedy and Alani. They're both the wild babies. Like,
Y'all work them out too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't want to do it. More so like Alani, so say a typical Saturday speed and agility training. The boys are pretty much in competition, like pushing each other. So, and usually the way it ends is like, as far as sprinting, Caleb kind of kicks Christian's butt barely. Like they're like head and head. Christian will come back around and maybe get him just with distance. So let's say if we run some 50s and 100s, Caleb probably got it. But if we make it a 150 or 200, Christian got him just because of he's a little bit better of a distance runner. And Caleb, needs a little more work conditioning, like that type of thing. So they're kind of good. They're pushing each other. Meanwhile, we have Alani and Kennedy. Alani wants to do everything with the boys. Like, she feels like she's on the level of the boys. So she's mad as to why isn't she getting to be, why am I not racing with them? Or if we do let her race, why are they kicking my butt? Like, she gets mad. And then Kennedy is more so like, if she's in the mood to do it or not. It depends on what it is that she's doing. Because she can do it, but if she's in her mood, she's going to run like, I don't know, she's not going to run right. Like, she's going to run in circles. She's going to run zigzag. But if she's in a good mood, like, she'll do it. And it's like, good job, But sometimes she's just not feeling it. It's just whatever mood they're in. So we see them pouting. We get the pouts out of the girls. And it's for stuff like, why do we have to do it this way? Type of thing. Meanwhile, the boys is more so, we see some pouting. It's like, dang, he just beat me. And I wanted to beat him. Like,
All right, so before we wrap up, I guess when you get feedback from those who follow VP Fitness and, the clients that you work with and, you as well, I guess what's some of the common, obstacles that you hear from them, like as far as on the way to fitness goals or not being able to meet fitness goals? Like, what's the toughest thing that you hear back from your followers?
When I see people, it mostly be complaints about not having time, or they don't want to eat this or don't want to eat that instead of just doing it. So, I mean, it's pretty typical. So that's the only negative part. But the other people, you'll see them once they stick to it. 2-3 weeks, you start seeing results. Then it's, I like this. I want to keep doing it. Everything you're teaching me is working. So forth and so on. I'm enjoying the eating, but it's pretty even. That's pretty much with anything you do, though. It's gonna be positive. It's gonna be negative. You just gotta take the good with the bad and figure out how to appeal to your crowd mainly, because everybody not gonna like you. So even and it can have some secret vendetta to where they want to find something wrong with what you're teaching them or what you're trying to tell them. So
we actually had that happen.
Or like yesterday we were talking about, you were saying like some people have to hate, like you can do everything right and they're still
exactly. You can be positive all day and they'll say, "Oh, he too positive. I don't like him." It's like, he ain't curse you out. He being respectful, but you don't like him because just for whatever.
Sometimes there's no reason. I know I get a lot because you're a woman. Like you gonna judge me on how I train just because I'm a woman. Really, I think they want to train with him and not me. I mean, I'll be there watching, but they can train with him.
So is this other women or the men?
Yeah, it's mainly women. It bothers me so much with that support system.
Yeah, that they rather, she's so tiny, something like that. Yeah. But people don't understand.
I'm small, or they don't know how tough that I can push them. So, like, at least give me a run before you dog me out. Or how is it that you don't ever work out, but you're so sure that I wouldn't be able to push you? Like, that's one of the biggest. That's one of the biggest things. Oh, I want a male trainer. You just want to train with him? Like, that's what I want to say. Go train with him. Like, it's fine. Like, it really is. But he doesn't talk. He doesn't, like, he does not talk as much as I do. Meaning, like,
when you train,
he gets straight to the point. Boom, boom, bam. Unless you're, like, somebody that he already really knows to be social with. Other than that, it's, like, straight business. Meanwhile, like, I turn into literally like a therapist with almost every client that I have. I know all their problems, everything. Like, so there's like there's a relationship built, yeah. So it's like, okay, like you get a lot out of this. You do, you really do. It's more than just a workout. Like, if you need somebody to vent to, I'm right there. I know so many people's problems right now. And in addition to them getting that out, they were able to, use that energy and get in a good workout at the same time. But yeah, it's one of the biggest things. I get a lot of people asking me questions because it's competition out there with everything that we're doing. People are trying to venture out and start their own businesses. I'll have people ask me 1,000,001 questions as if they're interested, and then later I see that they were competition. So they wanted to see what my menus were like. They wanted to see what my going rates were.
Wow. Yeah.
Actually, it's somebody that was messaging me, but like she say, if you I don't do small talk, so I just sent them to her.
Yeah.
And that's what she was doing. She was asking, do you count macros? Do you know how to count macros?
How do you do
and
it?
I think after like the second or third question, I told her to stop replying because I kind of peeped what she was doing. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, she had dropped all her little shirts and her little fitness line and everything. After she asked all those questions, she was like, I'm counting macros. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. With simple stuff that she was kind enough to send to her to help her. So
that's great.
Yeah.
It's something that we spoke on that yesterday, because that's always a thing. I've seen it with the pudding. I've seen it with the cookie poppers, and the thing like with any type of business, there's always protect your ideas. Because
you said that you posted that the other day. You posted that the other day.
Protect your ideas because these people they're always out to like leech off of you. They see, oh, you doing it now. They want to ride your wave. Me and Vic always saying that we the wave. We the wave. People see us saying something, all of a sudden they saying the words we say all the time. They see us, talking. What you call it? They killed that beloved.
Smart guy for making. Smart guy for making money. I feel like.
That's why I remember when y'all first did. I never posted it until I got it on paperwork.
Yeah.
Never. I had the even with the SYBAU and train, I had that for a year before I ever put that out. So I had both of those. So when she did the VP challenge, that's when I just like, you know what, I'm gonna drop this at the same time. So, but I even had people send me pictures of another chick. She was selling some SYBAU stuff, but she was saying the whole word. Like she was putting the actual phrase, the words on the hat. But I was like, you can't really monetize that.
Nah.
So you just wasting your time. It's cool to see you in a disrespectful hat, but everybody knows what it means.
Right.
If you see SYBAU, they're gonna be like, hey, what that mean? Or, oh, I like the way you said that, but didn't actually say it. You know what I'm saying? You can just point at it. So
I even had someone ordering meals for me, and then next thing I know, she's prepping for it. So like, I mean, because it's little stuff.
Reset.
I don't know. It's not saying like
crazy.
Like Fresh does the pudding, and I know like we support the pudding. But like I have a girls group, mentor group, and I just make like little desserts, and plus it's a contradiction to my business anyway. So we did like the mason jar cheesecakes, and before I was like, dang, do I really want to do this as a fundraiser for y'all? Not only because of the contradiction with my business, but I was like, we have a friend who sells pudding. Like, he's the dessert man.
She really asked
like,
me that.
I'm dead.
Like, what do you
like,
think? You think? I was like, he ain't gonna cancel fundraiser. I was like, he sell pudding. This is cheesecake.
But still, you know what I'm saying?
and I get that because I'm actually really good friends with somebody now that I met because we both in the same neighborhood. He was doing pudding and I was doing pudding. We were both doing them in jars. We went to high school together. I didn't know him. He didn't know me. He just messaged me one day. He was like, hey, man, we're in the same territory. I just wanted to let you know I do pudding too. I ain't want to step on your toes and nothing this and that because a lot of people have been posting my stuff or whatever. And the way I look at it is like, everybody can eat in this city. Like, everybody can eat. My thing is it's the conniving part. Like, somebody messaging me. It'd be, like, different if, like, Piff messaged me. Like, hey, so what do you put in your pudding? Or what kind of size jars you put it in? And all of a sudden, she's selling pudding. I gave her the game thinking that she's trying to order from me. She's trying to get info to order from me. And then she do that. It's different. Now, if you want to do your thing, I ain't never dealt with you, talk to you, and you ain't asked me no questions, it don't bother me at all. And I know everybody can make desserts and sell. Everybody can make desserts. Everybody can't sell desserts. Everybody can. A lot of people can meal prep. Can't make good meal prep food or whatever. So it's a thing of the way it like she said. The girl messaged her, and then all of a sudden she got her own little fitness line. Like that's just foul.
I was like, what the heck?
You look at it and you just like.
And she's so friendly. She just do.
Like I don't mind talking to people.
People always Vic, you just mean no. Get to the point.
Yeah, he instantly sent it to me. I think after I don't even think she got 2 questions out to him, but he was like, she's asking all these questions. Send her over. Then she started asking questions. He's like, so he's just checking in. She buying the meals or sessions or what? I was like, well, she's still asking me questions. She's still asking questions. Then this is through text messages. A couple of texts, a few minutes later. Okay, what about now? I'm like, no, she's still asking. Okay, that's enough questions. Stop talking to her. Like, that's what he said.
Crazy. And
then, I'm thinking like, what? I'm like, well, she's asking a lot of questions, but I don't think anything's wrong. And then I think like, she followed me on everything. And then I see her maybe a week later, and I'm like, that's the girl that was asking me questions, and she's trying to get her training started, and it did kind of hurt, but I don't want to give too much energy to those people because just like you have those people, I have people who've been like, hey, the whole app thing, that was not my idea. Somebody hit me because they had tried to train with me. Actually, shout out to Letta, because Letta hit me about the app. She lives an hour away, and she was trying to come train with us. And she didn't have any complaints about the training. She was saying she was feeling it. She was getting a good workout from it. But it was a conflict in that drive. And then on Saturday mornings when you have to do things, because even with us, it's like, okay, we're going to train at 9. But then, we got to be here. We got a basketball game by 11 to get to. Like, we got to boom, boom, boom. So, it was understanding. I wasn't upset. But she had ended up letting me know, hey, I was working with this person and they use this app. Like, I think this would be beneficial to you. Like, you could really, that'll help you with the people with the distance and things like that. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And she didn't have to do that. So just like you have those negative people who are trying to feed off you and take from you, you have people who believe and know the product works and they feed into you. So
it's just like you say, everybody can do it, but everybody can't sell it.
Exactly.
Right. Well, because I was thinking too, and we had a conversation too, is branding. Right. We can all do the same thing.
Definitely.
But it's like, do people prefer you or her? Or, and so once you get that brand out there, or you get that personality and people have that connection, like you say, some people might forget about the fitness and just come in and be able to say, okay, that's the person I get to let.
It's like I missed you. Like I'll be like, oh, you did? Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you, the therapist, sometimes, or even you, is like you might not say much, but that might be that time to.
Yeah.
That's, you know, because a lot of like, especially for me, like I'm in the gym, I like to, you know, headphones on and work out. I don't like talking to my workout partner too much. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I know exactly how you feel.
And see, and it's interesting too that he said that, because they have two different styles of training. And me and my wife, when we had personal trainers, it was a wife and husband team, both bodybuild.
Yeah.
She didn't like him. Because my wife is the type of person, she gonna do whatever workout. You tell her to work out what you like. She don't like being yelled at or fussed at. Yeah. So if you like one of them people that's like, no, you need to do this or you need to do it this way, she's shutting you off. I need that. I need that. Like, you got this. You got 3 more and you don't stop. Don't put the weight down. Yeah. So it's like a difference of, what you call it? I've always worked out with male trainers until recently I started working out. And it's like she's kind of like one of those ones like, hey, go, go, go. But at the same time, I know at some point it's gonna get to that point where she's like, "Nah, you got this. You can do this. No, you ain't done yet."
Definitely.
And so everybody is like with your kids, it's just different how you manage them, and everybody has different styles. So it's good that they're a team and they have 2 different personalities. That it, you know, but you can get money both ways.
Exactly.
So with your background in, you know, mental health and just studying other people's mentality, like, does that help you when you're doing one-on-one trainings?
Yeah. Because kind of like what Fresh just said, I can look at you and figure out, okay, how do you need me to push you? Because I can have that person that's like, I have the people who are on one end of the spectrum, like, hey, I need this done by January. Like, I gotta give it my all. Whatever you tell me to do, I'm gonna do it. And then I have people on the total different end of the spectrum who come just ready to complain. I'd rather just get lipo. I've had people just be like, you know what, you were doing good, but it wasn't dropping weight fast enough, and she went and got lipo. Like, I dealt with it all. No exaggeration, no kidding. Like, hey, you do good. Money was it was nothing. It just wasn't moving fast enough. She was seeing results. It wasn't as fast as she liked. She went and got lipo. I didn't hear for her from a while. I didn't know what was going on. She hit me, hey, girl, you didn't do nothing. I had to go get the lipo. Like, what? You know? But I've dealt with it all. So, like, knowing what type of personality you have, I know how to push you.
Yeah, and I'm new basically to it. Like, I have a friend who trains, and she trained, but I just know how to work out. So, I can't really just tell you as much as they can, so I'm just soaking up everything from them. Because, like, I lift weights, so one of my friends that train, he lift weights. So I probably lift weights with her. She don't really lift weights a lot.
I'm not into weight training.
She don't really like that. Yeah. But
he can tell you, so what I appreciate is he does study. Kindly.
So she would be my first, like, real client that so dealing with her is like, you gonna get 2 things. She gonna be ready to go, jittery, let's get it. Or if it's heavy, she be like, oh my God. So
listen.
So that's 2 different people. I get the happy client, and I get the, hey man, look, if you don't lift this, we gonna have a problem.
Oh my gosh.
Because when she training me, I don't get to complain.
There's no weight involved.
I don't get to complain. You feel me? I'm saying, like, when we first started dating or whatever, I used to work out by myself. I used to do a lot of home workouts. But she was real busy and going to school. But I told her, like, if we gonna do this, you gonna have to figure it out. So we started working out together. So a lot of times she was in control of the workout. She get to drive me like whipping me and then, oh, come on, you can do that. You a man. You know what I'm saying? But when it's my turn to control the workout, it's oh my God, you know I can't lift this. You know I can't do this. You know I can't. But that's one thing I do like about it. Like, she would be that client that's probably gonna complain. I can deal with you complaining. I don't really care. But long as you do it. Yeah. Because that's not affecting me, it's affecting you at the end of the day. So like I say, she pushed me, I push her. So really I'm just learning how to deal with other people.
Do you do more like working out with your clients or coaching?
I work out with you, me personally,
Okay.
because like when you asked earlier, when do we find the time? If I wake up early, I can do it again later on that evening with somebody too. So that's a lot of things too. If you kind of engage with the people and show them that you care and they not just a paycheck, then people gravitate more towards you. And like, energy. You can't just you can talk a good game and you can do it like he said earlier. You can make it, but can you sell it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can, like we say, we the wave. People gravitate to pretty much whatever we say, but and you not gonna get that if you're not a real genuine person that make other people feel comfortable. So it's really about comfortability. If you make someone feel comfortable, you can tell them to go push a car by themselves and they'll be able to do it because you gave them that confidence. You make them comfortable.
Right. I think that's very important, and I'm pretty sure you can attest too. Like when a lot of times when we actually finally get through to a kid, it's because they're comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's no secret way, it's no scientific method. It's you made that person feel comfortable enough to open up to you, and so that's why I'm pretty sure. Like when you got to get people to be honest about that health lifestyle, and be like, okay, if you ain't seeing results, what truly are you?
What are
I'm
you
not
eating?
comfortable with you. I'm gonna be like, man, no, I'm really am. I'm eating good, you know. But you know, if I'm comfortable with you, I can be like, hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I've been having, you know, so you know.
And me, I'll be like, man, I feel you because I slip sometimes. So, I mean, I understand. Like, people think you just got to do this the whole time. No, you can engage, but people engage too much.
Balance.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's one of the things that we sell is being open. Because if you follow us on social media and you looking just to the personal life, you see the fitness is not like it's there. This is something we do. Like, it's not like we're just doing it for social media, but you'll hear me talk about being hungry all the time. I eat. That's why I get mad. Like, I'm skinny. That does not mean I don't eat. Like, we go Chick-fil-A right now, I'm getting the 12 count. He's getting the 8. Like, that's the way that works. I eat. But people take for granted that, you know, every day all we doing is drinking smoothies and our kids eat broccoli cereal. Like, no. Man. Like, we are regular people. We eat right. Our kids eat right. It just means that you eat in moderation. Like, if we decide that we're going to eat soul food on Sunday, my thing is that we don't need the rice and the gravy and the macaroni and the cornbread and a Hawaiian roll. Like, you don't need all that. You don't. And that's what you see people... you don't need it all. Like, for real, like, pick one. Pick what your carb is going to be. Pick your level of starch. Eat in moderation. Like, a lot. And it's okay to say, like, hey, Sunday, this is how I'm going to eat. Because I did good Monday through Friday. So Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to let up. Yeah.
It's a meal, not a day. I was just about to say it's a meal, not a day. Because that's another thing, too. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Like, when I first started out, like, really just zoning into it. On the weekend, man, I'm finna cut up. I'm gonna go get a couple bottles of Hennessy, and I'm finna go get some Mexican food or some wings, and I'm gonna eat all of that, and I'm gonna drink both of those bottles. And all I done did during the week then went out the window, because
literally
it's a cheat meal, not a day. Because if you have a whole day, you gonna be to eat Whataburger, you gonna eat a baked potato and something like that. Before you know it, you done gain 2 pounds on accident because you like, oh man, it's a whole day. That's really important though, is to understand that you have to be in a caloric deficit. So, I mean, but
all right. Well, you know, before we wrap up, we gotta ask, because I do this with everyone, especially in music. Scenario: stranded, top 5 artists, you can pick their entire catalog.
The entire catalog.
Who would your 5 artists be?
That's the whole catalog.
The whole catalog.
The whole
Features,
catalog?
it could be mixtapes. So who would your top 5 artists be?
If you cut a lot of people off.
Only listen to those top 5 catalogs.
Only hip hop?
Artists. Artists.
Oh, I'm in this, so I can do this because I don't know.
Both, yeah.
People.
You can go first.
Ella Mae's on there.
Oh
Beyonce is on there. Mary on there because I gotta have some church.
Hallelujah.
She trying to go off that island. Like, somebody come and get me, God.
I'm gonna put Chris Brown on there, and I'm gonna put.
I don't like the way you said.
And I'm gonna put.
I'm gonna put Chris Brown.
I'm gonna put Vic D on there.
Oh, okay. Clean it up. Now we gonna clean it up. 'Cause I don't know if hey Chris
I need
Brown.
to ride home.
It's a long way back to home.
No Chris Brown. He's at Pandora. No.
Hey, I'm taking no. You ain't even got the Bluetooth. Take it off. Man, nah, but for me, I gotta have Beyonce because I haven't heard a bad Beyonce song. So say Beyonce, T.I., Jagged Edge, Kirk Franklin, because gotta praise God up off of that album.
After you listen to Rubber Band, man.
Exactly. I like to sell drugs and go to church. Yeah, sell drugs and praise.
What Chappelle say? He rapes, but he saves. And I get you in shape. You know what I'm saying?
But the last one, I mean, obviously, is gonna be me. So that'd be my.
I'm surprised he has no Webby in there.
But see, he said the whole catalog.
You're right.
After part 2, Webby can go on somewhere.
True.
But I put him on some features though.
Alright, so just one more time, let everybody know where they can find you. Go over again how they can get their meals, and I know you said you got your merchandise.
Yeah.
And just...
So you can follow us on Instagram at VP_Fitness_goals, at Big Darks or Epiphany Pardue on Facebook, and then follow the VP Fitness page. DM us. We also have an email, VP_Fitness_goals@gmail.
Okay. Now, so they can order anything.
Order
What they want to
questions,
order, yeah, they can order.
yeah,
They can send it there, or they can follow me on Instagram at VicD713ENT. That's VICD713ENT. And I post merch on there, also on my Facebook page as well, so where you can get it.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all for coming out, man.
Appreciate you for having us, man.
The Sit Down is brought to you by PowerHits281.com.
This is a Always Press Record production.